To recall information for evaluation and re-examination, we're going to work on this review worksheet, semester 2, which includes reading, comprehension questions, analysis, and grammar exercises. Some objectives should be accomplished after reading and analyzing this worksheet and solving this worksheet, such as to comprehend the written discourse, to get known to new vocabulary words which are relevant to different contexts, cultures, and communities, to use tenses and grammar rules correctly. You should read carefully the text, and while reading, think critically, which means you should engage yourself in what you read by asking yourself questions such as what is the author trying to say, or what is the main argument being presented, thus involving yourself in a reasoned argument that evaluates and analyzes what you have read. Being critical, therefore, is a sense that means advancing your understanding, not dismissing, and therefore closing off learning. To read critically is to exercise your judgment about what you are reading, that is not taking anything you read at face value. And notice in this paragraph, which is above the text, you can find out the purpose of the writer. The first paragraph talks about the main idea of the whole essay. It's the introductory paragraph that introduces the topic and indicate the structure and the methodology of the essay, and state the thesis of the essay in a single arguable statement. In the second paragraph, the writer emphasizes the main idea of the text, including an example and evidence from real life. The writer introduces this paragraph with an important question that leads to the theme of the text. He uses this skill to get the reader's thinking, their attention, and to help in setting up his thesis, showing the readers what he is trying to prove. In paragraph 4, the writer sheds the light on the important role of parents in building a harmonious society. Here in this paragraph, he emphasizes more the crucial role of parents in building a coherent society. As a concluding paragraph, the writer wraps up his essay in a tidy package, restating his thesis statement, where no place to bring up new ideas, except his opinion is clear Now, after reading and thinking critically, you're ready to answer the questions that follow in complete sentences. Number one, provide the essay with a suitable title. How to title an essay? To craft an effective, catchy title, you should focus on the theme, important keywords, and the topic. An example of a title that focuses on the main point or the keyword of the text. State the writer's purpose. What do you mean by author's purpose or writer's purpose? It's the reason an author decides to write about a specific topic. It can be written to inform, persuade, or entertain, or even explain his ideas, the writer's ideas, to the reader. Usually the writer's purpose is found in the selection which is mentioned above the text. Here the writer's purpose is to shed the light on the role of people, to explain the role of people, especially the parents, in building a harmonious society. His purpose should be related to the theme of the text. Now the question here is divided into two parts, so don't miss a part, as the grade, the mark, is put according to the answer, which is of two sections, two parts. Why is it important to start with children to have a tolerant society? You should give two reasons from the text that shows that it is important to start with the children in building a tolerant society, a harmonious society. And the answer is found in the text, can be taken from the text. You can say, why is it important to start with children? And give two reasons from the text, selected from the text, but write them in your own words. Now, which value is necessary to create a harmonious society? And which sentence in the essay shows its importance? You should pick out from the text the value and give me the evidence that shows its importance. It's found in the essay. You can get it from the essay. It's clear in the text that's mentioned that tolerance is the one value that is necessary to create a harmonious society. Identify the writer's tone in paragraph 6. To explain or describe his tone, we should refer to the use of words such as adjectives in the writing style he uses to convey his attitude towards a topic. As the tone is an attitude of the writer toward the subject, and it is actually conveyed through the choice of words or the viewpoint of the writer on a particular subject. The tone here is clear from his chosen words, adjectives, in this paragraph. What kind of audience do you think the writer is addressing? While anyone reads an essay, he can consider himself as a part of the audience if the theme is related to him. So the audience is the reader of the essay, is the target group of the readers the essay was intended to reach. And here the audience are especially the parents, who have a crucial role in building a harmonious society. Why is the writer addressing adult people, especially the parents? Why are they the audience of the writer? Because they have a crucial role in building that tolerant society. Pick out from the text a fact sentence An opinion, a cause-effect relationship. A fact sentence is a thing that is known or proved to be true. And usually we use some events, durations, dates to prove the fact sentence. An opinion is the opinion of the writer. What does he believe? What does he like? And here usually we use the word, we can find words such as believe, think. A cause-effect relationship. Some conditionals are used, or when, or because. So here we have a cause-effect sentence. The cause is mentioned and the effect is mentioned. Pick up words from paragraphs 3 and 4 and 5 that have the same following meanings. We have the meanings here, and you should search for their synonyms from the text using the context clue to figure out their meanings. Search for the noun referent. To what does each of the bolded pronouns refer to? The noun can be mentioned clearly, or it can be a noun phrase. Part 2, grammar, which is divided into two parts. The tenses, first exercise is about the tenses, and the second is active and passive voice. Selecting the correct verb tense is tricky. So look at the clues, search for the clues such as time clue to guide you to the correct form of the verbs. Here are some time clues, like when, last night, that guide you to the correct form of the verb. Some clues are time clues or information that help you to hit the correct form of the verb. It can be even some verbs. And even some adverbs of frequency can help us to find out the correct form of the verb, such as always, restate the following sentences starting as indicated. You look at the beginning of the sentence, you complete the sentence in a way that doesn't affect the meaning of the sentence or the tense of the verb. Here we have to do with active and passive voice. The active voice describes a sentence where the subject performs the action stated by the verb, and it follows a clear subject-verb-object construct that's easy to read. While the passive voice is used to show interest in the person or object that experiences an action rather than the doer, the person or the object that performs the action. In other words, the most important thing or person becomes the subject of the sentence, And here we begin the sentences in the passive voice with the object. How to change an active voice sentence to a passive voice sentence. Here we have this example, which is number 3. An earthquake destroyed the town. An earthquake is the subject. The town is the object. You should follow 3 steps. 1. You make the object of the active sentence the subject of the passive sentence. The town is the object. It becomes the subject of the passive sentence. 2. You use the verb in its tense, the same tense. Do not change the tense of the verb. Like when you have the verb in the past form, simple past form, you keep it the same in the past form. But you, in step 3, use the past participle of the main verb. The main verb is destroy. Its past participle form is destroyed. And because it's in the past form, you use was or were. Then we have the singular noun, which is the town. So it should take the singular form of verb to be, which is was. And then we can add the agent by plus the subject of the active sentence. And if we have the simple present tense, we should change the verb to the past participle form and add the present form of verb to be, am, is, or are, according to the subject of the verb or the object of the active sentence that we've changed it to the subject of the passive sentence. Or if we have modal auxiliary like will, it will be followed by be and then the past participle of the verb. Or if we have perfect form, we should add been between have, has, or had plus the past participle of the verb. Or if we have progressive form, which is ing, we should add the word being between the verb to be, which is am, is, are, was, or were, plus being plus the past participle of the verb. Finally, best wishes and try your best in the second trial exam.